You're watching Let's Chat.
If you're looking for something to do to get out of the house, to have a great time, and to get a few laughs, let me suggest a visit this weekend to the Comedy Catch. Returning to the Comedy Catch for the first time in a long time, it is our friend Killer Beaz. Good morning, Killer.
Woohoo! Good morning, man. This is awesome for our viewers there in Chattanooga. I just got shushed right before we went on the air because
Yes,
I
you
would
did.
not hush because I'm bubbling over. I have an effervescent attitude and personality today because I'm getting back at it. So,
This is your first return to the stage in how long?
4 months.
4 months. Wow.
Yes. And there's no place I would rather do it. I'll say that.
I understand that fully. Performing, it's in your blood. How many gigs, how many appearances have you missed since this pandemic broke out? Any idea?
All of them. All of them, man. My entire, and not being facetious, my entire tour has gone away. I've, in addition to theaters and clubs around the country, I've also had 3 appearances at the Grand Ole Opry that were canceled because of it. So it's been a big hit.
But not the kind of hit you're hoping for, obviously.
Now, see, look at that. See, here we're trying to be upstanding citizens, and now that.
Well, I'm going to talk to you about some serious stuff here for a minute, and then we'll get to the comedy aspects a little bit later. But this literally has left
Because
you
we're people.
no
'Cause we're
job,
people.
no job to go to,
Correct.
nothing to do other than to stay quarantined. And that's okay for the first few days, but after that, it gets a little old, doesn't it?
It does, and it's easy to fret when you don't have an outlet, you know, for what you do. It's easy to fret and worry, and especially if you watch the newscast every day.
Right.
Lots of doom and gloom going on right now, and it is, especially for a guy like me, my life's work, over half my life has been making people laugh and smile, which in turn helps me laugh and smile.
I know you
So-
don't get nervous as a rule before you take the stage, a few butterflies, but that's understandable. But it's been 4 months since you were on stage behind a microphone. You got a little trepidation going on for this performance?
I do, man. I totally feel like there's going to be some ring rust
Sure.
involved because you have to, like any art form, you have to practice it and stay in it and do it, you know, just daily, but pretty much. So it's one thing that's good about it, Chip, is that I'm not a new guy. I've
Right.
got this show coming up Thursday night. Thursday night will be the first show of my 39th year
Wow.
of doing stand-up. So luckily I have many thousands of performances under my belt.
Right.
So I don't really worry about being able to pull it off. I just don't know exactly what the set is going to look like. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Understood.
and as a professional, I want to make sure every show I do and everything that comes out of my mouth is top shelf A quality.
Sure. And I
So-
know you're going to have a very receptive audience at the Comedy Catch because this is your home club. It's where you started 39 years ago. And this is also the same comedy club. And yes, we're talking about the Comedy Catch, where you made a return to the stage after the tragic death of your parents.
Correct. And if I needed or wanted, and as I have, to choose a place that I felt comfortable and safe, I guess, if you want to use that word,
Sure.
it would be the Catch. So this is my second return to the stage in these 39 years, and each of them had been at the Comedy Catch. I've known Michael Alfano for over 3 decades, and he's a dear friend. He's a great professional, and they have done really well at getting up and running.
I know the Comedy Catch sort of is your safety net, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
A lot of other clubs you play around the country, you don't usually do first-time stops. You've been there repeatedly over the years. Have any of your regular nightclubs or should I say your comedy clubs, have they gone out of business because of this pandemic?
I don't know about the out of business, but there are many, many clubs around the country that cannot open yet. Florida is one. Lots of comedy clubs in Florida, and they're having a tough time down there. So the venues aren't as available yet for us, and the restrictions on seating capacity make it tougher for all of us. But life's got to go on, man, and
yeah, I understand.
And we can't just sit.
All right, two more quick questions for you. Obviously, masks are going to be worn by people who are going into the Comedy Catch. You are very respective of the proper social distancing, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
And
I totally am.
That's number one. And number two, I know you had an appearance scheduled at the Grand Ole Opry. Is that still coming up here in the foreseeable future?
No, we've had 3 canceled. As a matter of fact, what is today? The 7th. Tonight was supposed to be one of my Grand Ole Opry appearances.
Well, I'm sure
and of course they've not.
They will have you back when it's possible. I guarantee.
Yeah,
you.
we've missed 3 of my Opry appearances during this pandemic.
Wow.
So, but let me say, Chip, there's people in much worse shape than me.
Sure. There's always a reason to be grateful. You know?
Yeah, exactly, my friend.
All right, buddy. We, unfortunately, are out of time. I give you a big virtual hug. I welcome you back to Chattanooga and welcome you back to the Comedy Catch.
Dude, I love you, man.
I love you too, pal. Break a leg, and I know you will. Again, Killer Beaz, thank you so much. Find out more about where Killer Beaz is going to be performing. Check out his website. It is killerbeaz.com. Again, Killer Beaz, that's Beaz.com.